Hiya, mi gente, buenas tardes, good afternoon. This is our Veteran Talk to Veteran. Welcome. Y tenemos aquí aquí estamos en Oklahoma y nuestra colega está en Carolina del Norte. We are in Jinx, Oklahoma, and Bill Marie. She is in Fayetteville, no? Fayetteville?
Cameron, yeah, about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes.
North
from
Carolina, where the home of the Airborne, 82nd
Yes.
Airborne Division.
All the way.
Bienvenida, Bill Marie.
Gracias.
Friends, we doing this almost every quarter. We'll do this type of veteran talk to veteran for the purpose of keeping veterans and their families informed of what's happening, what's going on in the VA system, updates, new information, and all that. We also going to have with us Frankie Maldonado. He is the Oklahoma Department of Veteran Affairs Subdirector, subdirector de veteranos del estado de Oklahoma, Frankie Maldonado, puertorriqueño también. Y so we're going to be talking about what's happening, and if you have any question, feel free to use our chat to ask any question. We're going to touch some key points that Pedro put together regarding today's program.
Sí, tenemos muy buena información y queremos hablar obviamente de todas estas cosas que a todos los veteranos nos hace falta oír de vez en cuando. So the idea is to get some information of what's going on, changes in the veteran community, but at the same time to have an honest conversation from our point of view as veteran, as people that actually go to the Veterans Administration to get services. And how does that work, right? Including myself in how to get better access, pharmacy, pills, or see the doctor, right? So with that in mind, how do we start? When do we start? Let's talk about something.
Well, first, the first thing I want to talk is, I was listening to the VA secretary today, and he said that is about 60% of veterans who commit suicide never have any contact with the VA. And it's so important for us to not just to keep this closed, the veteran crisis line, which is 1-800-273-8255, and then press 1. But I have a question on that, because one day I like to test things, and I tested that. And if a veteran is in crisis, I really doubt that he or she is gonna grab the phone and call. I think another veteran or a family member can do that, and I've seen that happen. And I was telling Pedro, those 60%, about maybe I would say close to that 60% are new veterans. What I mean, veteran from Iraq or Afghanistan. You don't see any older generation of veterans. It happens. See, there are some that do have problems, but it has been such a big problem in this these two conflicts in the past, Afghanistan and Iraq, and Desert Storm too include the Gulf War. And so what I'm trying to say is that 800 number, keep it in your pocket. If you don't remember that, use our chat. We're going to publish that. I publish that in all my Facebook pages and YouTube, and it's important to know who to call. And it's one of those things. VA has a program that we both are volunteer with the VA. By the way, just before that, for those who don't know yet, from the last time we did this, my name is Lino Roldan. I'm from San Lorenzo, Puerto Rico. I served 23 years, Vietnam, and Desert Storm conflict, among other things around there. I retired here in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. We're now in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is about 3 hours from Fort Sill. But I'm on our love for music and BW, Volkswagen, Bolillos, or we call them. We volunteered at the VA, and we also belong to the CCC, the Communication Corps, Compassionate Corps. where VA assign us a veteran who is in an insulated area, or he has some PTSD problem, mental issue, and we contact him or her on a weekly basis. I just talked to one of my veteran. We just talk about veteran things, about fishing, about weather, things like that. It's an easy volunteer task. You don't have to be afraid of don't provide any information or anything. Just talk like we talking to each other now. Just talk, make him or her feel nice, feel better at his position.
Pero mira qué curioso. Déjame cambiar un poco la conversación porque me parece muy interesante lo que le está diciendo. You're telling me that most veterans that are, when we look at the statistics, right, of suicide are young. And 9 out of 10 times, what's going to happen is that they're going to reach to another veteran probably before they reach the crisis line and call the 1-800.
Yep.
Y lo que eso me dice a mí es que nosotros somos los que tenemos entonces que estar buscando por los demás veteranos. Hasta cierto modo, la responsabilidad es nuestra de poder ayudar a nuestros compañeros. ¡Ay! Wilmarie, dime algo de eso.
No, me encanta que mencionas responsabilidad porque antes de esta entrevista estaba en un segmento en Noti1 y estamos entrando en un segmento de mujeres veteranas. Por la misma razón, las mujeres veteranas, la voz no se escucha y
Exacto.
necesita ser escuchada. Y mi última oración fue: escuchar es el primer paso, actuar es nuestra responsabilidad.
Sí.
Y cuando se trata de otro veterano que es parte de tu familia, obviamente, como tú dijiste, they're not gonna call that number. Why would I do that?
They don't do that, and you know.
Even Puerto Rican, no Puerto Rican. You, the pride in you, you know, you think you know it all. Cuando tú te caes o cuando te da algo en el aire, what do they give you? Take ibuprofen and water and you'll be okay.
Yep.
They don't have. There's not a culture of I'm weak and I need to let this be known, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important for us to identify those people, and it's easy when they're your friends. You notice it on. They can even say, "Hey, I'm tired," and I'm tired is not that they are really tired; they are mentally exhausted, and they're going through a battle that nobody else knows about. And that's when we have to ask. You need to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Are you okay? And if not, how can I help you moving forward? How can do I just need to sit down and listen? Is that what you need? Do you need me to take that card and call someone for you? But what is it that you need first before I put you in a situation that maybe you don't want to be in and it's going to make things worse? Correct? Because you don't want to make that decision for that person.
We had to break that barrier, because I noticed, for example, I'm going to give you an example. In the morning when I go to the VA to work, we are there to welcome, to greet the veterans and help them go here and there to the appointment. And it's a big difference saying good morning to a young generation of veterans than the older generation. They don't say a word.
Yeah.
They don't say a word.
Well, actually, they do. All you get is "Zup."
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that
or dude, bro.
And
Bro,
and I don't blame them for that. It's just kind of it's difficult for them to go through that, and it's like I said.
Another thing that I've noticed, apart the old generation, and I'm not calling you old, sorry, but
we'll take it. We're good.
Look at your hat.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You say what you are with pride. I'm a veteran. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I'm a World War II veteran. You put a hat to a millennial or a person from today that says I'm a Afghanistan veteran. that generation is gonna look at them like, who the hell are you? Like, what are you
Yeah.
trying? What are you trying to win with this?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to get some accolades
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
yeah.
walking down, the supermarket? Like,
Yeah.
and it's the reality of it. We ourselves lost respect for the passion that comes behind the people that actually wear the hat, that
Ooh.
actually say, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm 82nd all the way. We see it as, oh, he just wants to get attention. No, some people really care. Some people are really passionate, but it's such a short amount of people that they hide because they're afraid of what's going to happen if they go out there and make a big deal out of it. You guys are perfectly fine. I'll see you. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Tell me your story. Go see one with an Afghanistan vet on his hat that's like, I don't know, 40 years old. You won't find it.
No.
You won't find it.
Yeah, and it's funny. You said something really important there. Mucha gente se cree que a veces nos ponemos esto para llamar la atención y es
Yes.
completamente todo el contrario. ¿Sabes por qué lo hago? Yo personalmente, porque quiero a veces por esto abrir la conversación. Porque siempre me encuentro con una persona que me dice, wait, you're young. So, where were you at? And I was like, mira, yo estuve 10 años en Panamá. En la jungla, mi tío. Y entonces se queda como que, oh, wait, hold on. I was there. I remember this. I remember that. Then we can have a conversation. Then we can start the literally get to the point where we can probably ask, are you okay?
But that's the base of our relationship.
Yes.
If I'm a salesperson outside of everything else I do. When I go to an office, the first thing that I want to look for is a commonality with that person.
That's right.
So what is going to be my commonality with that person? If I see you with a hat, you're wearing it. If I go with my Puerto Rican hat anywhere, they're like, oh, you're Puerto Rican. Where you from? I'm Puerto Rican too. It creates that relationship that brings the networking of
Yeah.
people that we need to move this forward.
So it's funny because I use not only that, I'll take it to the next level and I'll say, let's go to lunch. I'll invite you to lunch.
Yep.
Única y exclusivamente para poder tener la conversación.
Exactly.
Única y exclusivamente para tener relación, para empezar a remover las barreras que tenemos. ¿No?
In the other hand, there are some states that they are kind of. There are some states in our country they did not grow better, and the reason I'm saying that, when I was about to retire, I wanted to move to where my parents used to live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I said, I'm gonna move there when I retire, and I'm gonna be there with my dad, blah blah blah. But it didn't happen. He died before that I retired. But I've been in Milwaukee, I've been in Miami, Florida, I've been in New York. It's a big difference than walking around Fayetteville or Tulsa, anywhere in Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, the southern states. You see kids coming to you and say, hey, thank you for your service, gracias por tu servicio. Even in Puerto Rico too, in some areas in Puerto Rico, that doesn't happen too. But like you say, it's a way to us, to break that ice, and to meet other veterans, because to me it's nothing better, nothing happiest that when I go to the mall, I don't go to shop around and store, and she goes. I just stay in the mall, and in the seats in there, and in the lodges, and I just. Someone is gonna come to me, or I'm gonna come to him, her, and we're gonna start a conversation. And veterans conversation lasts forever. So believe me, it happens. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say. So let's change the subject a little bit. Let's talk about some of the things that really impact all of us, including one that I saw the other day, and I want to pose it to you guys because I am going through updates in my service record, right? In what I am compensated for. Many veterans actually want to get more compensation. But May 1st, there was a change to secondary claims, right? And all of a sudden, secondary claims have to be 100% directly related to the condition for you to win that compensation. It used to be, here's the example. It used to be if my left shoulder was hurt, right?
Okay.
And my right hand, it's my primary. Well, most likely than not, my right hand is going to get damaged. And
Correct.
guess what? I could say to the VA, ew, really, this hurts. And the VA would say, you know what? I could add 2 plus 2, and your left is probably causing your right because now you're putting more stress.
Exactly.
Guess what? May 1st, 2026, no longer. The right one now has to be directly attached to an actual condition in combat to be won as a secondary claim. It's no longer subjective. So no more doubt by association. So now it has to be a direct relationship. Now, here's a caveat. We all know that this is going to get challenged because this is crazy.
Yes.
But guess what? It is written May 1st.
Yep.
Thoughts?
And we know
I
that.
don't even have thoughts. I'm like Latino upset right now. I mean, it's common sense, right? How can you? I'm in the army all these years, and you're telling me that everything I'm doing is common sense. Isn't it common sense that if my right hand doesn't work, I'm gonna double stress my left
hand.
one? So eventually,
Or let's even go more closely. Let's talk about the right elbow, and then all of a sudden your shoulder or your arm, and you get nope. It has to be directly related.
okay,
Well-
then how we get around that? Let's have that.
Well, I know that this veterans organization like the American Legion, VFW, with DAV, I'm working on that. I'm pretty sure they're working on that with Congress to see what's happening, how that they can revert that. You know.
Yep.
Because remember, well, 3 months ago when they said the other issue that they went back. And
Yeah, they
said,
went
"No."
back. So the reason I'm bringing it up because I want you to be aware. We got to start finding out how are these rules changing from us, and that probably jumps us to the next question. And let's talk about our culture, right? And how do we get news? 9 out of 10 times.
Social media.
Ay.
And then what's the population that has the least amount of BA? People that are not on social media.
Yeah, and also there's people on social media. They don't follow the rules. They create a rumor and they don't go to the source. And
And with AI, everything is possible.
Oh yeah,
Everything is possible. That's right.
Exactly.
But let's be real. So this generation, we have that transitioning program that kind of helps you out, with the
Yes.
VSO, putting your claim together. They give you all this time.
And it is much better today than it has been in the past. Oh, absolutely.
But my Korean veterans, my Vietnam veterans, my World War II veterans, they don't have that. They don't have the access to a computer and an internet or an iPhone that they can see updates every day.
I know
So
them.
what are we doing for the population that's actually affected? How are
especially-
we getting the word out?
Especially the World War II and Korean.
Yeah.
Most of them live in living centers or care.
And they
don't know.
that are not even
Yeah.
military.
And
that
you
don't
got to have a
even-
smartphone so that you can get a text from ID Me, right? Ah.
It's hard. We see that every day. We got people there when when they fill out the travel allowance, that when they go to appointment, I said, can I take you to a computer to help you? No, I don't want to mess with that computer.
Yeah.
I want to use the phone. And I'm like, what?
No, I fill out the form. I don't care if it takes a month or more. I'll fill out the paperwork.
Yeah.
But
There are
that's
places now that if you don't do it online, they won't even let you do it on the
Yes,
office.
that is
I'm
correct.
like, how is this possible?
That
Like,
is
who
correct.
are we targeting?
And another word, many of today's veterans, regardless of where they're from, and they don't have a support group.
Nope.
And that's what we need to create, a support group among us and veterans. That support group can be part of the family, and especially family inform the immediate family member, i.e. the spouse, the husband, the wife, or whoever the veteran choose to be that person in her records. And we will talk about that later on, the DIC, other things. And if we don't have a support group, veteran, we got to do our homework too. Don't expect from VA to call you. Oh, hey, we're gonna give you 70%. We're gonna upgrade you this. No,
Yeah, they're not going to give you anything.
We have an
Exactly.
entitled generation. We have a generation that feels entitled, and it's not right.
So,
It's
so let me pose this question and see your reaction. Because this is gonna be great. Look at this. You talk to somebody, right, about going to the VA,
uh-huh.
y lo primero que te dice es no. Yo lo puedo hacer por mí. Es más, yo creo que hay otros veteranos que lo necesitan mejor que yo. ¿Qué tú dices a eso?
Yo escribí especialmente porque no es que otro veterano lo necesite más que tú, es que no entienden que el beneficio independientemente es para todas las personas, independientemente el que estuvo en la Segunda Guerra Mundial, el que estuvo en Corea, el que viajó una semana a Afganistán y vino para atrás, tiene el mismo recurso, es un recurso que tú tienes que puedes utilizar cuando tú levantaste tu mano y dijiste que ibas a proteger una nación.
You earned this.
Yeah, you earn it.
It's not a given. It's not te voy a dar una. No, that's not how it works.
Well, even a recruit or army, whatever the branch is, that passed his or her basic training, went to AIT, and then has any problem, but it's been already more than 6 months. They never went to combat, and they never went to a field problem,
Sí.
but they still part of the group too.
See. Something that I think is important. Is this issue that age matters.
Yes.
The sooner you start with this process, the better you are. Instead of waiting until you're 70 in bed and then telling your daughter, son, wife, I'm a veteran, maybe I can get something.
But
Where's your records? I don't know.
It's that is one of the main problems. Let's go to the root of it, right? So if I'm in the army 23 years, let's put example, right? And every time I get hurt, I'm like, here's some ibuprofen and water, go home, you're fine. You don't actually take it seriously for yourself to have that documented and have a history of things that occur to you throughout the process, regardless if it was a lower back sprain. We don't do it because somos telco.
And you
Somos
know
telco.
what other reason they have, because, and I'm an example of that, if we're gonna put it that way. When you're a career soldier or whatever branch you are, you don't want to go and see Cole and the doctor give you a P3 profile.
No. Oh,
Don't give me that,
you'll
because
be
I
an
don't.
embarrassment.
No, that I won't be able to keep. No, I'm gonna take you from jump status. No, don't do that. I'm closer. No, and then we're gonna give you a P3 profile. I say no, I don't want to handle my record. That's gonna affect my promotion.
See?
And it's true. It's true. When they go to those board, they see that. So, and I don't
But
blame
you see that
the soldier to do that.
the
Yeah.
foundation is already wrong. Because if the army is here to take care of people,
Mm-hmm.
then we're doing something wrong by not taking care of them while they're in that journey in
Sí.
order for
Yeah.
them to be successful when they get out. Like and it goes to leadership, right? It goes to the environment you're in. I mean, it's not the same for a person that's in the 82nd, 173rd, etc., 101st, to a person that's, and maybe in a support role or in a transportation role.
Sí.
They don't go through the same, obviously, rigorous training, because believe it or not, and I mean, you guys know this, I was field artillery first. We never stopped training.
Oh,
People in airborne.
you came to Fort Sill then?
Yes, I did.
Oh, cool.
People in airborne. How many people have died jumping in a training
Yeah.
event?
Even from the
It
towers.
happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But we have to go back to the vision that was, we take care of our people, be all you
Yeah.
can be. And I think that's being taken away by the fact of, like, you can do it all, complain later. Like when they say, oh, I want to go to sleep. Oh, you sleep when you die. Hurry up and wait. I mean,
Hurry up,
all
right.
those things, they just put it in your head. And
Yeah.
when it's the moment to act for yourself, you're like, I'm not deserving of this. I mean, all the times they told me all these things, like, how am I gonna go reclaim something that I didn't earn? Oh, you've earned it since the
Ya.
moment you stepped on that room. But
Mari, ¿sabes qué quiero hacer? Pregúntanos tú algo a nosotros. ¿De qué tú quieres hablar? Porque, fíjate, toda esta primera media hora somos nosotros.
yeah,
Pero queremos saber desde
Bueno,
tu punto de
y
vista.
antes que ella empiece, para aquellos que están entrando viendo el programa ahora, ella es parte del comité de asesoramiento al Senado de Puerto Rico sobre asuntos del veterano.
Vamos a hablar de
Es
eso.
una posición que para mí es importante porque no lo sabía que existía esa posición. Yo sabía del procurador del veterano, que es Muñoz, ¿no? Muñoz.
Montañez.
Montañez, que está haciendo una gran labor, pero tenemos
Sí.
que darnos también. Muchos veteranos en Puerto Rico se quejan de que no le dan suficiente suficiente support al procurador del veterano. En otras palabras, le dicen, te vamos a dar un budget de 50,000 pesos, vamos a ponerlo así. Pero después lo sacan, le sacan, no, mira, de ahí vamos a sacarlo del procurador y ponerlo acá. O sea que no es como algunos estados, como acá en Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, North Carolina, estados, Alabama, que de verdad tienen una posición firme. Y de hecho, no creo que Puerto Rico tenga aquí tenemos lo que llama ODVA, Oklahoma Department of Veteran Affairs, State. No creo que Puerto Rico tenga algo así todavía. Y yo creo que eso es lo que debemos meterle ahí.
Mira, te cuento, el licenciado Montañez está haciendo un trabajo espectacular y hay tanta gente que le da apoyo a lo que él está haciendo, obviamente, y creo y entiendo que ahora mismo hay oportunidades para abrir otras oficinas del procurador del veterano en Puerto Rico, en otras áreas, entiendo.
Oh, wow.
Eso hace falta.
Y una de ellas creo que entiendo es la casa de Juana Díaz, la casa del veterano,
Ajá.
donde se va a tratar de aliviar. Tú sabes que hay mucho en el norte, en Carolina, Río Piedras, San Juan.
El flujo,
pero entonces nos vamos para Sabana Grande, nos vamos para
Sí.
Mayagüez, para Fajardo, o no para Fajardo, para Cabo Rojo, y es like, what's going on here? So entiendo que eso va a aliviar un poco la presión de toda esa población de veteranos tener que hacer todo en San Juan, donde van a tener más oportunidad de escuchar los beneficios que se están ofreciendo. Creo que cambiaron algunos beneficios del Departamento de Transportación en cuanto a las tablillas y a los malbetes hace poco, que fue algo espectacular. So, poco a poco, lo que cuando Puerto Rico crea un movimiento, el movimiento se escucha. No sé si has escuchado el movimiento de Barreto
Sí.
para darle la medalla de honor, pero cuando
Ajá.
Puerto Rico se determina a hacer algo,
Sí.
Puerto Rico lo logra.
Exacto.
Yo entiendo que con este grupo de asesores, con el grupo del procurador y con veteranos que ya me han llamado de las áreas, tengo un veterano de Sabana Grande que habló conmigo los otros días acerca de algunas cosas que él no ha podido lograr en cuanto a los beneficios de Puerto Rico. Él se mudó hace 2 años y hay un par de cositas que se le han hecho un poco difíciles. Y entiendo que esa sería mi pregunta, my follow-up question para ustedes.
Sí.
Para mí fue fácil. Yo estoy en North Carolina, yo estuve en Airborne casi 10 años. So, yo salí, tuve todos los recursos, tuve el VSO que me ayudó magníficamente. Yo tengo, if we're gonna be vulnerable, tuve problemas de mental health y yo fui bien upfront about it.
Sí,
And,
sí.
and I got my disability rate correct. And but that's another thing. You have to be able to be open and talk
Exactly.
about it. And you have to understand that you don't have to talk to whoever they tell you need to talk to. When I had my issues, I specifically said I want nobody connected to my chain of command. Like, oh, go to the chaplain, oh, go to your PA. No. You bring me a civilian outside of the military spectrum that I can sit down, have a conversation, and he understands truly what I'm going through. So you need to understand that there's options too. It's not like, oh, I need to talk about this to this person. No, you don't have to. But going back to your previous questions about benefits and about how it's so difficult for you guys now that don't have the full 100% disability compensation, what is mainly the reason that's stopping you from achieving that 100% as a veteran right now?
Documentation, proof of documentation before that person. Let's say the person has 70%. Let's put that number there, or even 90. It's very difficult to go from 90 to 100. But if that person has a problem with the right shoulder or left shoulder, whatever, or any of the extremities, and is he or she served whatever time they serve, and that condition is now worsening. They gotta have that proof from their civilian doctor. That seen that person. Hey, yeah, this is connected to his.
Sí, tú
his
tienes
service
que hacer
connection.
algo
Yeah.
para mover tus propias cosas.
Sí.
O sea, no es que te va a llegar una carta a ti diciendo,
Ajá.
Claro.
No,
¿ves?
Let's not talk about the money you spend on lawyers for this.
Yeah. Oh,
Sí,
wow.
sí, sí. Mira la otra cosa que yo creo que es importante, especialmente en nuestra cultura. Hay una cosa que se llama pride. Que mucha gente te va a decir, you know what, I don't want to go through this because I'm okay.
I'm making good money.
I'll just drink more bourbon and I take care of my pain that way, or I'll go take my gummies, or I'll go do X, Y, and Z. Instead of going to the VA, asking the question, taking the time, because this takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Esto no es fácil, esto no es así de que te lo van a dar en 5 minutos. No. Mira una pregunta que yo tengo. Y a los dos lo voy a hacer. Cuando a ustedes le llegaron cartas del VA denegándole X, Y o Z, porque todos las tuvimos, ¿cuánto tiempo pasamos leyendo la carta correctamente? ¡Ay, ay, ay!
Yeah.
No. Los por ciento. Yo decía, pero espérate, esto a mí no me suma. Yo fui a la escuela, yo entiendo lo que es matemática. Esto a mí no me suma 100%.
Tú sabes que me dijo a mí un VSO, actually Frankie, fue el que me dijo a mí, me dijo, Pedro, si las personas que reciben una carta de denegación literalmente leyeran toda la documentación, se dan cuenta que en esa documentación te dice exactamente por
¿Por
qué
qué?
te denegaron y qué tienes que hacer para que te la resuelvan. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Porque yo era uno de esos. ¡Ay!
Muchos leen la carta y
Ah,
no, deny.
deny. What?
Okay.
Se enfogonan.
Sí, sí,
sí,
Like,
exacto.
I'm done. Like, how is this
Yeah.
possible?
¡Ey! Mira, canto de bla, 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 ¡ah! Afuera.
And yo he visto eso. I've seen that. They say, I give up.
I give up. I'm
I'm
done.
not going to waste my time
Yeah.
with BA. And
Absolutely.
that, you know, and you are wasting, you're not wasting the time for BA, you're wasting the time for yourself, you know, because they're not gonna BA not gonna contact you. Hey, we thought about it. No. You gotta submit that documentation.
What's ironic about all this is that we think so logically when we go on a mission or we go on a training exercise, and we are so smart about it. But
Yeah.
this thing that's fairly easy, that you should be smart about because it's for you, that's gonna take care of you for the rest of your life,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't use it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
why?
yeah.
Why?
I get it. I get it. Now, we made a pause because we wanted to introduce her and we never gave her a chance to to tell us. Tell us.
Tell you what do you want me to tell you?
Okay, she is Bill Marie
Ya,
Boisbert.
Ok. Pues yo soy Wilmarie Boisbert. Yo estuve en la reserva en Puerto Rico por 4 años. Yo estuve en la 448 Engineer Battalion, que era parte del First MSC. Y ahí comenzó mi trayectoria con el ROTC en la Universidad de Puerto Rico. Y terminé siendo cadete en la misma unidad de la reserva donde fui PFC Specialist. Y ahí estuve hasta que me gradué. Y cuando me gradué y me dieron la comisión, me dijeron, you know, you put an ATSO on Adjunta General and you deserve it. You're already airborne. You have this high PT score. But we're having the Women Integration into Combat Arms, BCT 2020. So you're going to Fort Sill. And I'm like, what?
What?
What year was that? What year was that?
That was 2014.
Oh, okay. I
So
was
that was
there.
recent. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm skin and bones. Like, how am I gonna even pull on a 777 to shoot something?
Yeah.
And they're like, good luck. So there I was for sale. Did my basic, and then
OEC.
obviously airborne already as a cadet. They're like, well, now you're going to Fort Bragg, have some fun. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like. So there I was, Field Artillery 3319 in
Yeah.
First Brigade Combat Team of the 82nd, and I was one of the only female actually in my Bravo battery with around 100 males, and different culture. Definitely a slap in the face. You know, I live all my life in Puerto Rico, and now I'm walking into a U.S. culture where you try to give somebody a hug and say hi, and they look at you like you're crazy. And then on top of that, I was in a new unit that's all men, and here come this Latina to disrupt your beautiful environment. It was absolutely great. If you can read between the lines, it was not great.
Yeah.
But but I do tell you, I did an interview to be the adjutant for the First Brigade Command Team, and back then it was Colonel Tooley and Command Sergeant Major Barnett, and Colonel Tooley is now 2-star General Commander of Fort Benning, and that man changed my life. He was my biggest mentor. He molded me into the person that I am today, gave me the opportunity to fail so I could learn, and praised me when I did great things, and had the opportunity to work with World War II veterans, um, to go out Netherlands, Berlin by myself, and know what it's to be around, the politicians. And then when we go back a little bit to the beginning of the conversation, when we were talking about, people being proud of the veterans. If you ever had the opportunity to go to Netherlands, the the community and the kids, they can stand up and sing the national anthem like they are fully American, touch my heart. Those people live by how we liberated them, and they are thankful every single day.
Wow.
It's fantastic to see. So all of that culture, all of that change, and obviously the mentorship really helped me throughout my career. And then I deployed with the 2504 with the White Devils of the First Brigade as well to Afghanistan as their S1, and it was maybe 5, 10 females of us in a 400 battalion of men, infantrymen guarding towers. So that was another experience in itself. Um, but I tell you, we talk a lot about mental health and PTSD and things that we don't talk about because we hide them, and it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people, and I think especially females when there's so much transition, so much difference in culture. Um, Adaptability gets you to a state of numbness, and when you are in that state of numbness, it's like I can take anything and I'll be okay. And then when you're by yourself, you're like, shit, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
So it's it's a real great subject for me to understand someone, but you should be able to at least see the signs and be able to have the courage to ask. I had a fantastic career. I had some friends myself that were in the army that took their life. I had one from Fort Hood that took her life recently, and it gets to you. It's like that could have been me, if I didn't seek help. And
Yeah.
sometimes we gotta show the raw to people for them to understand that these things happen. These things are real. We are not just
Yeah.
talking about it. So yeah, I mean that's a little bit of me in a nutshell. I'm trying to make a change. I'm trying to make an impact in within women's veterans. I've been working with the Scholarship Association for a couple of years now, and been a fantastic trajectory to see the journey of these kids, growing up and doing fantastic things in their journey. And I think now my new mission is, because it's funny, every time you get somewhere you have this it's called arrival fallacy, I think it is called, where you get there and then you're like, well, this is not what I wanted, so what's next?
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask me what's next, and I'm like, you know what, I don't know, I'm waiting for that train. I'll hop on it when it gets here. But I think that's what's next, is doing an impact for the women of Puerto Rico, the women veterans. Bring my voice with people like you guys that can express what you're going through and what you need help with, so I can actually have that voice and raise that voice for all of you. And I'm here to listen, I'm here to learn, I'm here for the camaraderie, but I have a passion for people, I have a passion for veterans, and
Okay.
I will continue that.
So if I had the crystal ball, right? And tú vas a representar
Yes,
militares en el
correct,
Senado. Okay.
correcto.
Dime tres cosas que si tú tuvieras el poder de hacerlas, estarías ahí 24/7.
Oh,
I know, I'm putting you on the spot, by the way,
More than three.
because this is
I know.
this was not on the cues.
No, look, if I had three things, I would definitely say mental health will be my top first priority. In Puerto Rico, we
Yeah.
need more of that. We need more accessibility to that. But I think behind that, we need more talks on how that benefits people, because most people don't know. I think the medical system really needs help. We have a lot of doctors that are leaving Puerto Rico, and every time we get
Sí,
less and less resources
sí.
to move forward. And so if we cannot fix that of having doctors that are good in Puerto Rico because they leave, then how do we fix the mentality and the culture to have them come back, right? And then third, um, make sure that Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans out there, even if they are not in the island, they are seen and heard, and they understand that they have a support system, whether it's the Legion, the American Legion, whether it's the Oficina del Procurador Montañez, whether it's la asesoría del comité. But it's my mission to not just create a segment, a platform. My mission is to create an impact and a movement where people understand that there's open doors for them to walk in and
Sí.
express themselves. So I think mental health, accessible doctors, support groups are the three things that I would like to make an impact on, and then obviously the resources, the infrastructure. I mean, we only have one VA hospital in Puerto Rico, and I lived that with my grandfather who was a Borinquenier and had cancer, and I had to take him there all the time to do all his treatments. And it's a fantastic place. They have fantastic people. They don't have enough to cover
Right.
everybody that needs to be covered.
You said something about talks in the community to
Yes.
educate our veterans en Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Entonces la pregunta mía es, ¿cómo nosotros podemos ayudar? Porque esto lo podemos hacer 100% en español
Claro.
y ponerlo en las redes sociales en Puerto Rico.
El segmento
Sí,
que yo hago en Noti1 es todo en español, es todo en Puerto Rico.
Exactamente. Entonces, mira la segunda pregunta que tengo. ¿Tú crees que debería ser del VA o from veteran to veteran? Ándate. Ahora sí.
¿Cuál es tu título? Veterans Talk to Veterans.
Ahora
Exactly.
sí.
Veterans talk to
Esto
veterans.
tiene que
Yeah.
ser un support de grupo de personas que digan, yo quiero ayudar.
Sí.
Tengo este veterano, Charlie, que te dije, llegó hace 2 años a Puerto Rico, me llamó. ¿Qué yo puedo hacer? ¿Dónde me puedo parar? ¿Dónde puedo hablar? Es tener ese equipo de personas que te van a ayudar a ti, pero también te van a apoyar cuando tú no estés, porque ellos entienden que la misión es más importante que cualquier otra cosa.
Sí.
Y ese mi impacto es tener ese equipo que, es como el compound effect. Traen uno, traen el otro, and then, it's a movement. Y lo vimos con Barreto, like I said. Empezó 1 o 2 personas, and now everybody's involved in this.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much. We are very passionate people, and we want to help. Nosotros somos como el arroz blanco. Come on.
Sí. Sí. Pues entonces, mira.
You just gotta let it be known.
Pues entonces, mira, aquí tienes 2 más para tu grupo.
Gracias.
Así de fácil.
El programa que haces en Noti1 se ve por la internet, o sea, se ve en la red.
en vivo.
Se escucha en vivo.
No se ve.
Oh, ok, qué bien.
So,
Qué
es
bueno.
todos los sábados.
Sí.
Héroes veteranos somos uno. Y es de 2 a 3 p.m. Con
Y yo
José
te-
y Lizarri. Y ahora empezamos el segmento hoy para mujeres veteranas que se llama Capitaneando el Cambio. Mujeres
Sí.
Capitaneando el Cambio, que va a ser cada tercer sábado del mes.
Sí, porque yo he notado que hay un grupo grande de veteranos, especialmente veteranos que se han retirado y quieren regresar a Puerto Rico, pero no ven el incentivo que dan otros estados. Te voy a poner, por ejemplo, el estado de Oklahoma. Aquí en Oklahoma, yo diría que Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, ahí, Alabama y allá en North Carolina, son de los estados que más beneficio del veterano tiene. Entonces, si le dan un incentivo para que vivir ahí, retirarse tranquilo o tranquila, pues, pero si no le dan, no es que estemos pidiendo todo, ¿verdad? Pero
No.
acá en Oklahoma, por ejemplo, un 50%, una persona que tiene 50% de discapacidad, pues tiene la licencia de manejar, las tablillas que son $6 al año, también, si tiene 100%, tiene literalmente todo.
Correcto.
Todo está free, property
Correcto.
tax, bla, bla, bla. Pero hay muchos que van a Puerto Rico y dicen, por ejemplo, mira, aquí tengo una pregunta de uno de ellos. saludo. Para sacarle el carnet de impedido con el 100% de disability, ¿tengo que llenarle el papel por un médico o no? Claro que tienes que llenarlo. Es una forma, la forma la puedes bajar del internet y la tienes que llenar el médico. No tiene que ser necesario el médico de veteranos, puede ser tu médico de cabecera y llenarla.
Exacto.
Ahora, tienes que tener una discapacidad que amerite eso. Por ejemplo, no todo el que tiene 100% de discapacidad no quiere decir que puede estar corriendo, puede ir a correr todos los días. O sea, hay que tener ese que sea, y no tiene que ver nada con Service Connect, que tenga, por ejemplo, tiene una rodilla, tiene una rodilla, tiene un brazo, tiene esto. Hay situaciones médicas que ameritan el carnet de disability. Y te voy a dar un ejemplo. Yo lo tengo y no es por las manos ni las piernas, en parte, pero es por vértigo. A mí me la dio el doctor por vértigo. O sea que yo puedo estar caminando, hago un movimiento brusco y voy para el piso. Y eso me ha pasado. O sea que hay heridas que no se ven. Y existe eso porque si a veces yo voy a Puerto Rico, me llevo mi carnet y a ver, las personas miran a uno y uno dice...
¿Tú puedes caminar? ¿Por qué tienes esa carnet?
Y la persona a veces no sabe, ellos no saben lo que es, por lo que ha pasado un veterano, una veterana, no saben, porque no están envueltos en esa comunidad, no han sido educados como comunidad de lo que es un veterano. Una vez yo llamé al Departamento de Hacienda, porque un amigo mío se mudaba a Puerto Rico 100% todo permanente y total. Entonces, cuando llegó a Puerto Rico, pues yo le dije, te va a llevar los carros, vas a tener que pagar los taxes, porque eso no hay break. Entonces, pero cuando yo llamé a Hacienda para averiguar, para estar seguro de que le iba a dar la información correcta, y después de unos cuantos minutos largos que me respondieron, me dijeron, mira, la persona que me respondió no sabía nada de cómo tratar a un veterano, no había sido orientada en cuanto a ese de veterano, y dijo, aquí para considerarte 100% discapacitado tiene que faltarte un brazo o una pierna. Eso me lo dijo una señora a mí de Hacienda. Y yo le dije, wow, esto está difícil eso, porque...
No, y no tan solo eso. Eso eres la segunda persona que me habla de este problema. Y también debemos ver que cuando una persona tiene 100% permanent total, si tú me estás preguntando específicamente por algo médico, now you're going into my HIPAA.
Right? Exactly.
So how do we mitigate that?
Sí.
Y son preguntas que yo tengo en back of my head que quiero empezar a trabajar. ¿Cómo aclaramos eso? ¿Quién hace ese proceso para que eso obviamente no suceda?
Sí.
¿Y quién toma esa decisión? ¿Y cómo? So, eres la segunda persona que me pregunta y es bien preocupante pensar que porque tú tengas el 100%, que obviamente entiendo, quizás no amerite, pero ¿quién en ese proceso es que toma esa decisión y quién es el que está viendo tu récord para determinar si realmente te lo puedes dar o no?
Sí.
Y no tan solo instruir a la comunidad, tenemos que ver cómo podemos instruir a las personas que trabajan en estas posiciones.
Sí.
Maybe a specific person that works just for the veterans e instruirlo en todo lo que es el beneficio militar, lo que es el beneficio del veterano y tener esa disponibilidad. So, todos esos support groups son necesarios, pero necesitamos un grupo de support behind us so we can make that happen.
Algo que también queremos tocar, que lo tocamos la otra vez, we touched that briefly the last time we did this. It was the DIC. Every day I see questions regarding the same.
Explícanos.
El DIC es para cuando un veterano muere o un militar muere. El DIC, la persona, esposa o esposo, o murió, tenía ya el 100% por más de 10 años, pues la persona, la esposa o el esposo, si ha estado casado legalmente con él, puede recibir una mensualidad de veterano, sí, ¿verdad? Pero aún no es que se lo va a dar automático, tiene que aplicarlo a través de una de las organizaciones o ella misma puede
Pero
aplicarlo.
fíjate, eso es curioso porque yo siempre entendía, Vilmarí, yo creo que también tú sabes de esto, yo siempre entendía que cuando el veterano muere, ya no hay beneficios de veterano
No,
para la
no,
familia.
no,
y lo que tú me estás diciendo que no es así.
Hay la persona...
¡Ah!
Yo te voy a dar un ejemplo. Yo tengo el 100% hace ya mucho tiempo con la carta permanente y total. Y ya yo llevo con mi esposa más de 10 años, 54, acabamos de cumplir. Pero cuando yo muera, ella tiene derecho al DIC.
Básicamente, creo que es parte de la pensión que tú recibes.
Sí, exactamente, porque es la verdad, se va todo. Cuando un veterano muere, la pensión de veterano se va. Ahora, a menos que no exista algo así, ¿verdad? Y después el seguro social y eso, pero lo de veterano y retiro, eso se va. A menos que no tenga el DIC. Pues la pregunta que me hace este caballero, dice, tengo una compañera, el esposo era veterano de más de 20 años de servicio con el 100% en VA. Él murió hace 2 meses y no le quieren dar ningún tipo de beneficio a su esposa y a sus hijos. Esas preguntas cuando se hacen, se abren las puertas a todos aquellos que comienzan a lanzar, los rumores. Cuando usted tenga una pregunta así, primero que nada, el veterano tiene que prepararse cuando esté en vida. Tenemos que prepararnos, tenemos que sentarnos con nuestra familia, decirle, el día que yo falte, este es lo que tienen que hacer, bla, 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 estos son los passwords, este es el número que tienen que llamar, este es el caso allá en Fort Sill que tienen que llamar, o donde sea, y tienen que llamar, y también, aunque a muchos dicen, que no, que el funeral director, he takes care of it. Yes, but not necessarily.
Sí.
Porque cuando uno muere, tiene que venir el doctor, ¿cómo se llama en inglés?
Sí, que hace
el forensic. Y tiene que documentar la causa de muerte.
Exacto.
Si esa persona no sabe nada, murió por natural causes.
Exacto.
Pero si uno le dice a ese director, hey, mi esposo era veterano
y tenía
100%, no necesaria 100%,
y tenía estas cosas.
Tenía estas cosas conectadas al servicio. Asegúrese de que ese doctor ponga the Sergeant Roldan died due to diabetes complication, which is connected to military service. That is the key for everything. Pero muchos veteranos no hacen
y
su trabajo.
Y entonces tienes derecho al DIC.
Sí, ella tiene derecho a eso. Hay una cantidad, varía la cantidad, pero es más casi $2,000 al mes. Pero varía. Pero,
te digo que cuando tú eres CNO, eso, tú vas por ese proceso. Yo cogí las clases de CNO, Casualty Notification Officers, and tú te ayuda mucho en ese aspecto. Los que no tienen esa facilidad de tener una persona encargada, eso trae 1000 problemas. Pero again, hear me out very quickly because I know we're almost done. But I want to go back to that question later in my own time, and I want to make sure that I research that. But lo que es will y lo que es responsabilidad del veterano, ¿qué pasa? Cuando tú estás en el ejército, te lo hacen por ti. Vete al S1 para que te llene.
¡Ándate!
Vete al S1 para que te llene quién es el beneficiario de si tú te mueres. ¿Qué pasa con el insurance? Vete al S1 y dile cuánto insurance tú vas a poner, que tú quieres, los 400,000 o whatever. ¿Qué pasa cuando tú te vas del Army? ¿Quién va a hacer el insurance por ti? ¿Quién te va a decir, you have a task? You gotta complete this task or you ain't moving to the next step.
Bueno, y ahora, now in the past, it was kind of difficult. Now, it's kind of easy for the veteran because part of the out processing, he or she there's going to be a VA representative there in that briefing, and also the retired services also, like in Fort Sill, and they do a good job on that. But you're right, the veteran he needs to do a little bit more on that.
Yes. Yes.
preparing the family.
Te sacan de una cultura donde todo era un tasking a una cultura donde tú tienes que buscar los recursos por ti mismo para poder completarlo. Y
Eh,
eso es bien diferente cuando sales del ejército porque mucha gente no piensa en eso.
Exacto.
Esa mentalidad, eso no es un switch. Eso,
Ujú.
y el que no sabe, el que no se instruye o el que no presta atención
Right.
al transition program, is not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's
But
it's a crazy world out there when you leave the services, but it's you
Pero-
will not get lost if you know how to do it.
going back to the DIC, she is supposed to get some if he was VA
Exactamente.
pension.
Exactly, exactly. And
So-
I mean, and I don't know in Puerto Rico how, but even if they're not married, but if she lived with him,
Sí, common law, lo que se llama
common law, then
common
you
law.
know,
Yes,
it depends.
common law, yeah.
Different state have different rules on that.
sí.
But it's not it can be done. The widow that she needs to contact the local DAV, and it's
Correct.
another thing. Know those agencies. You don't have to contract a lawyer, attorney.
No,
Go to the DAV,
no.
American Legion, VFW. They
Correct.
will give you that information. They will help you for free. You don't have to become a member of them. No, you don't have to. And it's happening to the older generation, especially Vietnam veteran. When they
Yes.
leave, veteran, the 100%, blah, 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 and it's there. So,
Sí.
fortunately,
Sí, sí, sí.
we need to do a better job as a group,
Oh, definitely.
creating those veteran groups.
Yes.
And we have some organization that and I seen that in Lawton, Fort Sill. You have American Legion or the VFW. That some of them are a club. They just go there to smoke cigarettes and
Yeah.
drink beer, and I don't blame them for that. But it's the reality. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta work with the public. You gotta exposure yourself to the veteran community. I'm talking about all these veterans organization. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, all the Latino veterans
Fuera
that
de
are
tiempo.
in the States, we have ALVA out there as well, which is the
Yeah.
American Latino Veterans Association. Great resource. We have coordinators in most of the states. So just look up
Yeah.
ALVA, become a member. It's completely
Yeah.
free, and you get millions of resources.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are out there.
We
They are
have
out
a-
there, but you
yeah.
cannot expect to have everything given.
Right.
You
We
to-
have in Oklahoma, we had the Vet Chat, which is we belong to that organization in Oklahoma City. This is this group gives the veterans the opportunity for networking, fellowship, and resources. And we've been in their meetings. and-
It's from veterans,
Excellent.
by veterans, to veterans.
yeah.
Really, I mean, they actually have a meeting and they invite the VA
And they don't. And they
instead of the opposite.
And it's not one of the, no membership.
No
You just
membership.
walk in. Veteran family.
Just come
walking.
once a month.
Yeah.
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 Once a month.
Yeah.
But you know, it has been a great conversation. on
Closing
this.
thoughts, yes.
It has
Yes.
been a great conversation, and I'm looking forward to do this, like I say, in Spanish for people in Puerto Rico, and
Yes.
so somehow
Me gusta.
collaboration with the one you do in Noti
Oh,
Uno and all
absolutely.
that.
I'm gonna-
is- yeah,
I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
guys on the next one. We're
Okay,
gonna talk
great.
about it some more.
Great, great.
Thank you
Well,
so much for
thank
the
you,
invite.
thank
Pues
you
entonces,
for being with us.
Thank
¿Por
Thank you.
qué no terminamos con un poquito de salsa
Oh,
en nuestra
yeah.
radio? Porque digo, así es
Eh,
que es esto.
Quiero también darle las gracias a nuestros amigos de Puerto Rico, Vets, PR Vets, este grupo, porque nos ayudan siempre allá, Otero,
Yes.
Sí.
Raúl y todos ellos. No, dice que no les gusta salir en cámara, pero están ayudando. Todos aquellos grupos, los veteranos de Vietnam de Cagua, los Borinquerían Association, la veterana boricua, yo me join todas esas,
Mira,
me
y
uní a
tengo-
todos ellos y es bueno.
Tengo a
por
mi,
la-
tengo a mi Puerto Rico 82nd Chapter que viene mañana activado para North Carolina.
Mira
Viene
qué
con
bien.
el grupo, así que vamos a tener una semana espectacular.
Qué bueno.
Me alegro, me alegro.
Muchas gracias por estar
Sí,
aquí con
sí.
nosotros.
Gracias,
Y-
Will.
Bueno, hasta luego.
Hasta luego,
luego.
mija. Bendiciones.
Dios te los bendiga. Bye.
Bye bye, sí. Bueno, amigos, ya lo ven, ahí estuvimos hablando con ella, Vilmarie Biensburg, y bueno, muy buena información. para todos los veteranos. We have provided information to all veterans, regardless what state you are.
Sí.
So we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to do this again next time. We're going to do it in Puerto Rico, probably.
Yeah.
Via virtual.
Creo que sí, creo que sí.
Okay. Hasta la próxima. See you next time. Thank you for joining us.